Carol here, and welcome to my craft room. October is a designated month for Cancer, and I am doing this card in appreciation for the fact that I am a Cancer survivor. Not only am I so excited to do this card for you, but I got the inspiration from over on Helen Hutson's site from Kittie Caracciolo, who is a design team member there. And I just recently found her blog, and her cards are amazing. So this one is dedicated to you as well, Kittie. Thank you for all your inspiration and your wonderful artistic ability. So here I am just showing you what I've used as far as some supplies. And I tried to get as many twigs and branches and these little flowers to use for my flower buds on the wreath. And I just loved your card, Kittie. I think it was absolutely adorable. You need to go over and check out her cards. And I saw this one, and I knew that my card for Cancer Month was going to be inspired by Kittie. So now I just ran these by you, and if you have any of those, you could do pretty well with any type of twig, die, or punch. So I brought out 3 different textures of greens, and you'll see that 3 different colors, 3 different textures to punch out. So not only do you get fullness in the wreath, but you will get a lot of wonderful color interweaving in there. I also took the Martha Stewart leaf punch, and these are going to be fillers. So I just punched along the edge a couple of lines, and I'm just showing you how I cut the little twigs out there, so I had a whole lot of little fillers if I needed them. Now I used up every piece of that beautiful pink cardstock, and I think this cardstock is from My Favorite Things, and the pink was just perfect. So here I am. Yeah, I'm grabbing every single piece of paper I could find from cutting out. This is a 5.5 by 4.25 inch card folding book style, and I used a lot of MFT dies that you can see up there, on top of the card, and I also used these rhinestones, and the white sheet is done with my polka dot embossing folder. So here I am laying out and doing many runs through my vagabond to get all of the supplies I needed. So I added a white layer, then a pink layer, then my polka dot layer, and then this MFT banner that I thought would go really nice because it had the dots on it. And now I'm taking some dotted circles here, nestability circles with the dots on them, and I'm going to cut out where I am going to be able to, for the wreath, so that I have a base to put all of my ferns and leaves to build up a nice thick wreath. So I ran that through the vagabond, and there you have it. And this is on the thicker cardstock, so I know it would hold. There it is, all the elements I was going to put on it. And now I'm going to do the inside of the card as well as the outside. I like to have something to write the sentiment on, and I thought the twig Martha Stewart punch would be beautiful on the inside, so I'm just going to show you that. See how it opens up book style? I had to cut a little piece of it off there, and I'm moving in fast forward. Yes, and I'm using some double-sided tape, a lot of it, to put down. So here's the white section. Then I went in an 1/8 of an inch on all of the colors, and lots of double-sided tape again. There we go. Could be a 1/16 of an inch. I can't remember what I did there. There's the inside. Now I'm going to cut this off so that the dots, the circles, match on the top and the bottom. There, and I just glued that down with Tombow Mono Multi. Now I'm taking the double-sided tape. It comes in 1/2 inch and 1 inch. So I'm using the 1 inch, and I'm going to put it all the way across pretty close together because I don't want this to buckle. So I'm setting a piece on this polka dot piece, and that's what Kittie used in her card. You have to check it out on her blog. I will put it on my blog to show you the card that inspired me to do this one. And so there, that's going to go up on the double-sided tape. This was a wonderful card. It was so enjoyable. There we go. I'm just taking some Tombow and going over all the dots and putting this down. It's funny how you find that stuff in your stash, isn't it? This is from my favorite things. I have a collection of just banners from them and from their company I really like. They come in handy for things like this. And I'm putting one on the top and one on the bottom. There you go. And then the wreath will go in the middle, just holding it down. Now, I took some Ranger glue and put a glob of it on my Ranger mat there. I took some micro brushes, and I'm applying all of these twigs and leaves going around in no particular order. I didn't do them like all going in one direction. I started out that way and then decided to, you'll see how I change up. I want to use different colors. See, that is not a leaf I put in there. That is a piece of filigree that I really liked. And now I'm starting going upside down and right side up. And I found that the micro brushes, which you get at your drugstore or your dental office, you may be able to purchase them there. I worked in orthodontics most of my career, so I was able to get some of these from the office where I worked. I'm looking at, while I'm doing that, sorry I paused there, I like to have different types of leaves going all the way around, and I think it just adds some interest. And as I get finished, I turn it just to see if there's anything I need to cut off. But you know what? I kept fighting, thinking, am I going to cut that top one off? But I decided not to, because a wreath is not truly round, because you're dealing with all those twigs there. So I put some on the back so that they would be full. And doesn't that look beautiful? There's nothing, it almost smells like evergreen trees. Doesn't it? Look at it. So crazy pretty. And all you have to do is grab whatever you have in your craft room. Now I used a big glob to put this down. I didn't want it moving anywhere. Now once I had this snuggled down onto the card, I am taking out my Elizabeth Craft design set, and it has wonderful tools, metal tools for molding your flowers, and it has a really fine pointed tweezer there that is really a wonderful tool to have if you're working with intricate flowers or anything that you're going to do small work. And if you don't have a set like that, you can always use your kitchen Wilton set that you bake with. I had a cake business and I used those, and they work perfectly fine as well. So here I am taking the little wee flower buds, and this is from a little punch that I had. There was no particular flowers, I just knew I needed small ones. So I took out the smallest punch flower I could find, and then from that one die it had these little ones, and I was able to use these for the little guts inside the tiny flowers here. So you just poke them in, and this is the Stampin' Up! Mat that I'm using so that I can work in the flowers. It has a nice sponge to it, and you can use any type of foam mat. You just want to be able to get right inside the piece of paper and break down the fibers really well. And these are going to go inside the tulip shaped flower that's above, and I thought the pink was a nice color too. So I took once again my micro brushes. I love these, they come in handy for everything, And I am taking the pointed tweezer, see how nice it works there? And I'm also taking a little diamond from the Recollection diamond there. I'm putting one tiny one in and one the next size so I can stagger them on the wreath. It looks very pretty that way. So I'm down to 2 tools now. You get better as the afternoon goes on. You know, you start out struggling and then all of a sudden you get it down on about your last flower. Now I'm applying the black diamonds on the circles of the MFT shapers that I put there, and at the bottom and the top. I thought they would just add some fine detail that I really liked in the card. Then I went to my stash and I had this Cancer banner that is a ribbon, and I stamped a lot of them because I will save these for future projects. I added, this was with my detailed black ink, and I added some clear embossing powder, and now I'm just taking the Tim Holtz color there. It's the new, it's almost like a fuchsia. It's the new color that came out. I really like it, and I just made it quick and went direct to paper, and it turned out nice with the black embossing on it. And now this We Are Memory Keepers, I think it is, little craft mat, and it has magnet on it. The ruler is magnetized to it, so it holds down for me to get right inside the ribbon to cut it out, and it worked out well. And then I took a Copic 100 black, and I carefully go over the inside and the outside so it looks really fine and nice. Now I wanted to throw this in, how to get the most out of your Wink of Stella. This is my second clear Wink of Stella, and I am running out. I've used 2 already. So what you do is you take the lid off with your scissors, unscrew it, grab that little funnel, and see all of that juiciness in the bottom that won't squirt out? Just take that long part out. It will come right out. Take some water. I used my squirt bottle there, and I just put it almost full inside. I ran that down. You can see some of it is squirting out, but you won't believe it. You will get so much use out of it now. Shake it up, and you're going to have Wink of Stella for at least another month. I'm telling you, I do it with all of the bottles. And look at this. I just want to show you how much Wink of Stella comes out of there. Tons of it. So I added it to the front and the back of these tiny flowers just to give it some shine. See how I'm working on it? Because when you have them up there, you can see them on the side, and I just want them to look really pretty. So now once I get the outside and the inside with all of my wonderful Wink of Stella that I have left on the bottom, I'm going to take this new color of Tim Holtz ink, and I couldn't even catch that. I'll have to put that on my blog, the color. And I did direct to paper and colored it all at once. And now I had a bottle of glossy accents that had about 1 inch left on the bottom. So I just screw the cap off and take one of my micro brushes, stick it down there, and I will use it until it's gone. And look at that. It goes on wonderful. And the reason I can set that there is the point on those tweezers. Oh, you can grab the tiniest piece of surface with those. So now I start out to glue them onto the wreath, and then I decide, let me think about this. So what I decide to do is put all of the flowers all the way around in the order I want them to look, and then pick them up once I have the placement. Because remember, we have the large diamonds, like the medium diamond and the tiny diamond inside here, and I want to stagger them. So I am just making sure I watch for that. See, I had to move one of them. I want the diamonds not to be I want it to be all mixed up, and stagger them. and I was really happy with this card. I was happy that I found Kittie's blog so that excuse me, I could get some inspiration. We all need inspiration, right? And I am thankful that I am a cancer survivor and was able to make this card for everybody today. So here it is. And yes, I really love wreaths. And this is going to go out to a friend to encourage her. And I want to thank all my subscribers. I want to thank you for, if you're a new subscriber, for coming over and checking out my channel. I hope that you will get some inspiration. And for those that are going through cancer, my prayers go with you. Have yourself a blessed, blessed week.